Today was the cap of this week, so here it is. So I debated whether going this morning to get breakfast or just prepare at home. I was a little bit sleepy, so sleep resistance also played in what I decided to do. So what I decided to do is I just took the extra rest, although I do regret not waking up earlier. I just prepared this at home. So, first period, I completed two major things: an online Spanish assignment that takes time, and one on Quizlet. The issue is that the online assignment takes time. Quizlet is really, really laggy on Chromebook, so I did mine on paper. I wasn't able to finish the vocabulary list that was a third assignment, so I did it later in another period. I find it odd enough because this was a shorter period. There was a substitute teacher today. I don't know why my teacher assigned like three things that take more than the period would take. So, anyways, second period, I completed another lap, running lap under 5 minutes, and I was pretty tired. But I decided to play volleyball this time with a bunch of random people. Credits if you guys are watching this from afar. Anyways, third period, we did a partner quiz this time, and I feel like my partner was using the guy, since she doesn't speak English as well, so she's excused to have her phone out. I feel like she was using AI plus a translation app, but this is speculation. For all I know, y'all, she could be really, really smart. We also got a good score. So I don't know. It's speculation. I'm not really sure. Anyways, credits if you're watching this, the one who helped me with the partner quiz. So, anyways, after that, I realized again I need to get my Spanish work done after I finished the quiz early with my partner. So, what I did is that I stepped out of the amnesia of being frozen and I did the assignments from my other period. I realized that since I was charging a Chromebook at the end of the period, I forgot to get it, and I don't really like stuff like that. I'll connect this to fourth period. We did more notes this time about Stalin and his totalitarian government, and sadly, I forgot to retrieve my Chromebook last period. So at the end of the notes, I asked the teacher to allow me to go, and I was able to. He gave me a pass, and he wrote it down. So I went all across to the building on the far side, and then the teacher in my third period signed it, and then I eventually came back to fourth with the pass, and then along with my Chromebook. And then after that, I did some other assignments. And when I was walking, I decided to text one of my friend group that I may hang out with, two random girls, just to meet new more people. But that's another problem we're gonna talk about during lunch period. So during lunch period, you guys were absent. So in this case, I was unanchored, and I don't think your other friend was here too. Probably another absence. So, unless I'm just blind, so what I realized is that I am literally unanchored. A lot of the friend groups are closed off, so I tried to find somewhere where I think one was open. Conveniently, the two other random people I was waiting to interact with were not there. I believe they were kids of the security guards, but I'm not sure. I could be wrong, as I say. I joined this one with two other random people because it looked open and it went interesting. I'm not revealing the conversation because, I don't expose that type of daily stuff. But the metadata of what happened is that I'll say it went a little bit awkward, but it went mostly well. Two interesting events occurred in this case. There was apparently one kid in the hood and the other known friends of the two people that I met who I was sitting with. They saw a random kid search up some sort of sus things and they took a picture of him on his phone. And I found it kind of crazy. The kid seemed with his hood on and he seemed alone, so I wondered what was going on with him. Later on, I did try my Spanish fluency and I asked you guys to say a sentence in your language. You dared me to go first, which, yes, I would say it went a little bit bad, but I was trying to ask and talk about a social problem. And remember, just like English, I do read off of a partial script, so my thoughts are my thoughts, but I prepare them onto a document or I use phrases and hints to complete the sentences, to skip awkwardness if I was just speaking with my mind, just my mind alone. So, in Spanish, what I was trying to say is cuando una persona nuevo va a participar en el grupo de amigos, pero al siguiente día el grupo se mudaron. El grupo no se dijeron a él. Los grupos no se odian, pero es una falsa suposición del grupo a una persona nueva. Ellos pensaron que la persona nueva le gusta moverse lugar a lugar. La realidad es que la persona nueva buscó de amigos estables grupos. No moverse a lugar, pero ellos mueven. Ellos necesitan decir a persona nueva. I tried to say this to you guys in that type of problem I was talking about, but my brain process is much slower, but I produce good sentences eventually when I'm done. That is a social problem that I've constantly been raising. Friend groups in the past fail to tell me where they are, but they don't hate me, and thus I was able to fully integrate with them. So that kind of sucks. I really wish I could have connected with some, because some friend groups that I did join, they had really good people, but they probably did falsely assume I was a rotator. I was looking to have some sort of stability with them, but unfortunately, in the friend groups past, I don't think they ever really understood me completely. Also, you guys told me you guys are a little bit scared to enter the new school since you guys are freshmen and I've come from a middle school that's far away because you don't know many people here. So if you need a favor from me, or if your friends need a favor from me, I hang out here with a different group, but I'm nearby. So if you need anything, if I during lunch, just call me to you or just DM me. Now, fifth period. This time, my teacher said for me to put my change into a change cup this time because I keep betting that the students will be late. Unfortunately enough, students were not late today, so that is pretty surprising. I spent the rest of the 43-minute period scrolling since all I did was my assignments for the day. The boys made some jokes here and there, but they're not the ones that really mind both people. Anyways, sixth period, I did a quiz on quadratics. It went mostly well. Most of the problems I got correct, and I got stumped on the last problem. It was a problem of y equals 5, parentheses, 5x minus 6, parentheses, squared, minus 27 equals 18. I got stumped here because I forgot how to isolate 5x and make it into x, and I realized I did the first steps correctly by subtracting and also dividing, except I didn't have to fix 5x until I squared it. Only then when I actually find the solutions. What I could have done in the moment is to put that into standard quadratic, then solve it using conventional methods with a standard method. I didn't have time, so I just put in some wrong answers up to this point. Nothing going on. I'll post a picture of the pass that I used to get my Chromebook since it's a little bit historical. But that's it. No library visit today, unfortunately. Well, there's something interesting I do want to know is that since my mom was going to pick me up late, there was this little New Year's resolution board in the school library that I could put anything. So New Year's resolution board, so I decided to put like my wish is to find a permanent friend group, but then I put my contact details at the end of it. I found it pretty interesting because I thought you had to like ask someone to write it down, but it was already right there. So instead, I just wrote it down. I put my contact details. I wished for a permanent friend group, and then that was it for the day. I did go up to another club counselor, but they said they're not hosting any since pickleball club. They weren't able to play pickleball today since there's sports in season. I tried to, but at least found out a new club. What I do need to fix is my sleep schedule and of course my eating habits. It's not eating in the morning cascades the rest of the day. So that's it.